today we're going to talk about more fantasy books. So these are books that have magic in them, basically. We're going to narrow that down a little bit and just talk about books whose have a lot of dragons in them, and series of books. So we have many other books in the library that have dragons in them, but these particular books are a series. So you start with the first book and work your way, usually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And they have the same characters sometimes. Often they have the same characters in each book. Okay, we'll start with this one. Now this one is different from the others I'm going to talk about because, for one thing, it's from Britain. It's from England. And so some of the things they talk about are a little bit different. They use a little bit different vocabulary and those type of things. This is about a boy named David, and he rents college rooms, and in them there are little clay dragons and squirrels, and he meets the daughter of the person he's renting the room from, and she helps David and gives him a dragon that's called Gadzooks, and he helps with the riding. The dragon helps him with his riding. So anyway, it's a cool story, and it's the first one of, I think, 4 or 5. The next one we're going to talk about. And this one, I think there's 4 in this series. And this is about a girl named Keeldra, Kealdra, Keeldra. And she undertakes to talk to dragons. So she's going to talk to dragons. And she ends up with 3 little orphaned baby dragons. They call them draklings. And so she helps raise them, and she can talk to them, right? So that's pretty cool. Dragon slippers. So this one is about a girl, Krill, and she's an orphan, and she goes and lives with her aunt. And her aunt sells her to a dragon because she needs the money, but also because she thinks if she gives her to the dragon, then the handsome prince will come along and save Krill, and then the prince and Krill will fall in love, and then they'll have a lot of money because the prince will be loaded, right? Anyway, so that's the basis of the story, and there are 4 or 5 of these. This is the first one. The Invisible Tower. This is the first in a series, which are kind of loosely linked together. And this one, the wizard Merlin is still around, and he takes DNA from King Arthur, and he finds some Arthur's DNA, and he takes it and he reproduces the original Arthur in a different mother, and so the re-DNA'd Arthur is raised by a mostly normal family that has some magic, and there's his sister, which would be his half-sister, I guess, is, or which should be his sister, I don't know, it's confusing. Anyway, they go on adventures, and they're kind of telepathic, so they can talk to each other without talking, just like with their brain, and these are pretty cool, and he has to go to the real, he goes to fight Excalibur, the sword. It's pretty fun. We got another one called, what's this one called? Erec Rex, the Dragon's Eye. Erec Rex, this is a series, and Erec has special powers, and this whole thing takes place in a world of magical things. So he leaves the real world, and he's kind of a poor kid. He's so poor that he lives with his mom, and they don't have enough room, so he has to sleep on top of the clothes washing machine. I guess that's pretty poor. And anyway, so he goes to the magical world, and there's a contest between him and these three kings, and dragons get involved, and these are cool. Okay. Dragonwatch. These are quite popular. This is the first one of these. These are by Brandon Molt. So these are actual sequels to Fablehaven. So those of you that have read Fablehaven or the Candy Shop Wars, but this is a sequel to the Fablehaven. So the Fablehaven series, and then after that comes this series with the same characters. So this also has Kendra and Seth in it. And the idea is that the dragons are being kept in dragon sanctuaries, but the king of the dragons, whose name was Just, he doesn't think that they're sanctuaries. He thinks they're prisons. So he's trying to get the dragons out of there. So there's a group called the Dragonwatch, and it's made out of wizards and dragon slayers and stuff like that. And they're trying not to let the dragons out, because if the dragons get out, they're going to mess up everything, man. So they're going to try to put the Reign of the Dragon back in. These are good. If you like Fablehaven, you'll love these. One more. These are some of my favorite. They're kind of long, and they're interesting books. There are 4 or 5 of them. This one's Eragon, which is dragon except with a D. It says E, E. Eragon. And then there's another one called Eldest and Bristler, and I think there's 4 altogether, 4 or 5. These are kind of long. They're good stories, and these, the first one, the boy's name is Eragon, and he finds what he thinks are ancient stones, but they're really dragon eggs, if I remember right. And so he ends up almost telepathic with the dragon, and the dragon and him become good friends, and they go on adventures and do things. These are quite good and very popular. They also have lots of other mythical creatures in them, elves and dwarves and sorcerers and all those kinds of things right here. Interestingly enough, this book was written by a 15-year-old. The guy was 15, he wrote this book. Wow. I couldn't write this book, and I'm a lot older than 15. Anyway, very cool. If you'd like them, let me know. Okay, guys. Magical books.